Is it just me? But Mercedes, the character within P Valley, she reminds me of Miss Jessie's We Do Hair from Poetic Justice. Hi, welcome to Rita Ready Set Go, where we talk about things concerning films, movies, although those are the same thing, short films, radio, TV, things that'll get us thinking, things that'll get us evolving, and things that'll get us ready to set and go. And today I want to do a quick review on the series P Valley, in which it's definitely been an interesting journey. You are following a young lady by the name of, she says Haley, and then Lakeisha, like she has different aliases. But you're following her journey from whenever she seems to have been going through a storm. I took it as the Texas storms. I didn't necessarily look at it if it was Katrina or not, because it seems like everything is post-dated Katrina with the uses of phones and things. So I took it as, and the cars, but then some of the cars aren't new. So I took it as the Texas storms, but it could be very much so post-Katrina. And we're looking at her journey from escaping what it seems to be a turbulent past, trying to make a way for herself after finding the identity of an individual that she doesn't know whether or not made it past the storm or not. And so she actually finds her way to the strip club, which is known as P Valley. And I'm going to stage this. Moving forward, she ended up going over there to seek. Initially, she wanted to actually go into the club to seek. I don't know what she was going to do. She just wanted to go in there. But then she goes into the booty contest, in which she wins, and she ends up seeking employment, and her adventure goes from there. This is going to be a quick review because I'm not going to go through each individual series, because if you like the show Claws, if you like the series Star, if you like the series Empire, if you like those type of drama series with slight comedy and reality of some of the African American subcultures, then you're gonna love this show. I enjoy it, and I think my hesitancy is not necessarily because of the nature or the content, but I'm always asking myself, when it comes to art, would I be okay if they were to stream this series in like like, you know how when you go through a museum and they usually have like imagery playing on the television sets there as you're moving into the museum? Would I be okay with this particular series playing in a national museum years from now? And that is where I'm on the fence about whether or not, how I approach the critique. I think it's very well done. I think all of the characters involved they're essential for the actual dynamic of the show. All of the way that the church and the strip club actually intertwine. I've always thought this, because my own personal things, I remember when I was younger in my 20s, I was very much so Church of God in Christ, but then I went through this phase where I became like a prodigal daughter, I guess, but not really, but really. And I can remember one day I had actually went out the night before to a lounge, and I actually went to poetry. I was out all night, and I came home, and I felt so guilty because I was going to go to sleep that Saturday night or that Sunday morning, because I didn't get into Sunday morning. And it was like, well, if you can go out, you can go to church. And I went straight from like hanging out, clubbing, to the church, and there was so many similarities, and I was just like, wow. And I say it in a bad way, but it was just like total similarities, and I was just kind of like, whoa. And so you can make your own choices from there, but anyway, or interpret your own thoughts from there. But I would say ultimately it's a great show, especially during this time where there's not much on television at all. I think I'm about episode 4 or 5, so I think I got an episode or 2 left. Will I watch season 2? I don't know. I don't necessarily dislike it. I don't know. Like, it aligns a lot like with some of the other genres that are out there. So if you like, I think I will support. And that means loosely when season 2 comes, if I watch it, I watch it. If I sparingly, I do. If I don't, I don't. I'm not. This is not all to not support. It's just whether or not this is my judge, if that makes sense, of my genre. So anyway, well, I hope you guys have a good day and enjoy. I would say watch P Valley, but viewer discretion is advised. All right, I came back. I wanted to say this. I'm going to insert this somehow. But is it just me? But Mercedes, the character within P Valley, she reminds me of Miss Jessie's We Do Hair from Poetic Justice. Like, she could have been her daughter. Like, seriously, like, anybody else getting that? And also, what did you all think about the characters involved with the project? I thought it was interesting. I do think some of the stars in this particular, or some of the cast members, remind me of some of the cast members from the series Starz. Like Autumn Night seems like she should have been in the show Starz. Jay Alfonso seemed familiar to me until I found out that he's been in so many things that I've seen. So that's why he felt so familiar, the guy who played Little Murder. And did anybody think it was odd that Little Murder had $4,000 to give away at the strip club for nothing, but he didn't have enough money to actually produce an album? Like, I know people right now for $150 who will produce you a decent quality album. I thought that was interesting. And then, did you think that, I think Isaiah Washington was a good fit. The story of the Corbin twins, or the Kyle twins, the brother who from another mother, I thought that was very interesting. And then Andre Watkins, played by Parker Sawyers, is more of the same for me. Notable mentions goes to Uncle Clifford. However, sometimes I do feel like he overacts for the camera. So I would be interested to see, like, then once he gets established, for them to bring it down just to, like, a couple of notches, so we can get some character introspective character stuff. So anyway, that's